years ago, I was at a exhibition organized by the Craft Council of India. It was here in Chennai, my hometown, and there were several booths. And in one of them was this very quiet young man with the most exquisite saris and very different kind of, images. And this was Ashdeen. I had heard the name. I saw these magnificent saris, and I was not in the frame of mind to buy something so exquisite, so ornate, and so intricately embroidered with the Persian and Chinese and the Parsi cultural motives. So, but I said I can't leave this stall without getting something. So this is what I bought. I bought a potli, right, with the crane, because the crane obviously means something very special for the Parsi community. So if we continue the metaphor of cranes, and we are honoring Astad Debu on his 74th birthday, the last costume I saw Astad in on the Kalakshetra stage was a beautiful flowing robe with cranes on it. Who made the costume? Our guest today, Ashdeen Lilawala, and I am join me on this Instagram chat to tell us about how that costume came about. Because, hi Ashdeen.
Hi, how are
Hi.
you?
So you remember this potli?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And can I tell you before we start talking about Astad's costume, I was an old textile collector came to me and said, I have these amazing textiles and just pieces. They're not enough to make a sari, but maybe you'll think of something. So I don't know why your Parsi Gara came to my mind, but I bought this, okay? And with this, right? I know it's
Yeah,
not, but I just thought it was so interesting because I've
very
seen a sari in this kind of deep blue purple color.
color.
And I was thinking, oh my God, this is the closest that I can get to a very
Definitely.
international feel. But I want to come back to crane. And what is that? Does it have a special meaning in Parsi culture?
Yeah, so the crane has always been very symbolic, and the crane signifies long age, and it also was one of the ranks given to the highest officers in Chinese mythology. So, where the Gara kind of originated, and so the emperor wore a dragon, the empress wore the phoenix, and the first officer wore a crane. So the
Ah,
crane was this mighty bird, which, though being so big, was extremely agile, extremely elegant, and could move really fast. So it was a very, very revered bird. And I think we see it a lot on Oriental textiles and in a lot of Japanese textiles. And we always thought, I love the motif. And when Astad had told me, okay, do something, and the first thing I wanted to work was with a crane so that it kind of could, when he's dancing, it looked like they were moving with him, and the way he could twirl and take the skirt around. So it was just like he was setting them off into flight. Like, so that was the idea behind using this motif and kind of, so some of the we kind of did all the birds in one direction, so they just basically move with him as he kind of dances on the stage. And obviously, he had this knack of making the skirt fly, like, and moving it. And so, and I kind of thought, okay, maybe it had become a little heavy or whatever. But when he just had a way to start the movement and then take it forward. So it was lovely to see the how he kind of used the costume and how he kind of took it forward.
when was this? Which year did you make the crane costume?
So I think we made it in 2018, 17, 18, like that. And we'd been talking, and there was like, what should we make? And we'd made an earlier costume also for the Everlasting Flame exhibition. And that was a more like he wanted to signify fire. So we had done this whole outfit, which was orange and yellows, and the embroidery was also done in shades of oranges and reds. And so after that, we've already been thinking, what do we do? And so then we kind of started with this whole idea of let's do the cranes, let's have something where he could move with. So we started with that.
So did you use silk? What was the fabric on which you used it?
So the top part was silk crepe, and the bottom skirt is in organza. So the
Okay.
organza being transparent gives it, the light can go through it. And he shot it at Akar Gallery in Bombay. So Arzan Khambata had displayed his sculptures, and he shot against those sculptures. And that's where you can really see the light going through it. And you see a front layer, back layer, and many, many layers being formed. And we kind of called it the AAA project, AQ project, because it was Astad, Arzan, and Ashdin. So,
Okay.
so yeah, it
Yeah.
was fun.
So, Ashteen, when did you first see Astad on stage perform and before the design? When was the first
So
time?
I had kind of seen him as a child. Once I remember going with my mom, and that time I thought it was kind of just he was wearing a leotard. I still
Ah,
remember this was late 90s, and nobody had leotards then. So and then I had seen this picture of Astad in a blue leotard and his Manipuri dancers jumping at the side, and
right.
drummers and dancers, and he was in blue and the drummers were in this yellow, and it was a picture in one of the magazines, I think Elle or something, which existed then. And I'd cut it out and I put it on my board, inspiration board, when I was studying at NID, National
Design.
Institute of Design. And he came to perform at NID, and he performed at the amphitheater, which we have. And in true Asad fashion, he decided to climb up the monument, and there was a brick which kind of slipped, and we were like, "Oh my God, he's going to," But it was great. And then I was introduced to him, and I ran to my room, pulled the picture out from the board, and got him to sign it. So, and I have
Yeah.
it somewhere. So I think that was the first time I'd seen him in full, and I also studying design, I kind of understood what his dance was about, movement, about forming these beautiful shapes and silhouettes and kind of creating a visual story as he went. Like, so it wasn't just dance, it was the movements were so slow and refined that it just was like this form continuously moving or sculpture evolving. So it was then we slowly, I think somewhere in 2004 or something, I met him again, and then we became good friends, and we stayed in touch, and and it was good fun because we spoke a lot in Gujarati,
Mm.
and we had the Parsi connection, and we would laugh about silly things and people and things like that. So it was fun, and then it was a friendship. So every time he'd come to Delhi, he'd call, and we'd kind of see how we could meet. And he'd come to my store, or he'd come home. And when I'd go to Bombay, we'd definitely catch up for dinner. So it was good fun like that.
Yeah. So, like from the NID days to the time you made this crane costume, almost 20 years, right, had
Yes,
passed.
yes, yes,
And I don't think you would have expected that that was the last costume that I saw him
yes,
in February of 2020 on the stage in Kalakshetra in Chennai when
yeah,
he was touring with the Korean co-production, same,
yes,
but different. He wore many costumes in that, but the last one he appeared was in this crane costume, you know.
absolutely.
And I remember he just walked in and took the light, and with usually, that the way he holds
Yeah,
his
yeah,
shoulder.
yeah, yeah,
And that was the first time I saw the costume in person. I had seen photographs,
yeah.
and I was like, it was so beautiful. So, Ashteen, how long did it take for you to create the embroidery on that
So,
costume?
so we took nearly 3 months for that. and what we had done is we had to stitch all the panels first, and then do the whole border, then get it out, then put cranes. We cut out the cranes in paper. So we placed the cranes to see how the movement was. And we had to kind of, bunch them, open some up, kind of, so put all that. And then we had to individually do each crane, cut them out, and then stitch it onto the outfit. So it kind of took a lot of time because of the pleats. We couldn't do it directly onto the costume, and I didn't want it that it gets stuck between pleats, so it should look like effortless and no seams. And so it kind of then slowly, but we did take a good 3 months, and I
How involved was Astad in the making, doing,
so
fitting?
I'd send him an idea, and he said, "Darling, I trust you. You do what you want." So that was him. He had that kind of trust, which was great. And he was like, "It's all you. You do it." Then when we did the fitting, he was like, "Oh, this is perfect." And in the initial one, which we had done, the yellow one or orange one, I kind of had like done these panels, separate panels. So that he had told me, "Okay, the front two panels, let's stitch it up." So that when he moved, like his leg didn't keep coming out of it. So the panel stayed very elegant and very nicely. So he kind of knew those little tweaks and turns for what worked for him and what didn't work for him. So that he was very aware of.
So have you designed for any other dancer?
No, no, no. And
Okay.
this was one off, and I would love to, but this was just that I knew him so well, and there was a connection, so we kind of did it for him, and hopefully, like we were hoping that things would get better, and Asad, that was the best part. Till his last day, he was planning something,
Yeah.
so it was like he never was on a break, or he was never on anything. So he kind of was like, let's make one more outfit, let's something totally different. So he was kind of excited about things.
Yeah, always excited about things. Would you be able to share with us the cost of that costume? I mean, it must have been very expensive,
Yeah,
approximately.
means if he were to retail it, it would
Yeah.
be like around say 2 lakhs or something. So
Wow.
yeah, because
Okay.
it's the ghera is endless. Like
Yeah.
it's like a
Yes.
lot,
Meters and meters and
meters.
meters.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And but that's what then gets the rhythm and the movement. So
Right. So yeah. So that's almost 3,000 US dollars. Almost a
yeah,
little under.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, when you saw the costume on Astad in performance, what did you think?
I thought he managed to kind of lift it up and move it, and when he does those little shoulders he used to do, like, and it was so gentle, and it was just like those cranes were as if they were like gliding or something, and it was just the small moments, like the twirl in the end. We knew it how it would kind of look, but those really small movements was beautiful to see, and how he kind of then from that took it to the next level and started taking it further. So
Yeah.
that was lovely to see.
Yeah, I don't think you would have expected that the crane costume, that one thing you made for him, has now become so photographed, so reproduced,
Yes, yes.
so, so
But I
looked at.
always said, okay, we did it with so much love that it's very rewarding. That it is that one thing I had means for me, Asad was more a friend, but I'm so glad that in his larger legacy or larger repertoire, this is one thing kind of which is associated with his dance. So beyond the friendship, this is also what I will cherish. So, and
Yeah,
hopefully,
I'm urging his family to put out a costume show, like an exhibition of all his
yes,
costumes, because I think just to look at them would be so amazing,
thing.
you
and
know?
and and with some technology, if they could all be twirling, it would be
Yeah,
even better. Like so, and
yeah. Well, on
yeah.
his birthday, on his 74th birthday, what is the kind of wish you want to give us, Tad?
I just want to say, like be happy, be cheerful as you were, and now you can just rest and not worry, because he was always thinking about the Manipuri dancers, the girls he was working with in Chennai, the street kids in Delhi. Means he had that at the back of his mind all the time. Okay, how can I do some performance for that? And last when we were speaking was during COVID, in the first lockdown, and he was really, really worried about his dancers, and he was very worried about how they were earning or how were they sustaining or what they were doing. So I think now that he is uh, in a better place, I just would say, okay, rest in peace and power, but just take a chill pill and enjoy, like,
That's great. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a lovely
thank you
chat.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Take care.
Ashwini. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.